Months after the United States was engulfed with litigation and claims of unsafe drinking water, Australia is on the precipice of a forever chemicals crisis of its own, after unsafe levels of potentially carcinogenic contaminants were found in tap water around the country, stretching from Rottnest off the west coast to Norfolk Island off the east coast. The chemicals that have been discovered include the PFAS chemicals perfluorooctane sulfonate, known as PFOS, and perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA. The same chemicals that authorities in the United States warn may cause cancer over an extended period of exposure. Analysis from the Sydney Morning Herald indicated that the chemicals were found in the drinking water of up to 1.8 million Australians since 2010, with some readings breaching both US and Australian safety standards in a number of localities, particularly on the east coast. The scourge of PFAS chemicals in the US was the catalyst for the EPA to drastically shake up its water standards back in April, with the maximum limits of PFOA and PFOS in drinking water restricted to 4 parts per trillion. Now, for context, Australia's safe limit for PFOA is 560 parts per trillion, a staggering 140 times the maximum level allowed in the US, while the limit for PFOS is 70 parts per trillion, 17.5 times the maximum level allowed in the US. In Australia, this PFAS scare has led to similar calls from experts to follow the United States and immediately address this urgent public health matter before it spirals out of control. This stark disparity is also a significant wake-up call and has again put the spotlight on solutions for PFAS, but also the looming need for a steady supply to offset the growing demand, particularly in Australia, given this latest news. And while water filters are a nice stopgap solution, they don't address the issue on a larger scale. So what else? Well, activated carbon is considered the best available technology according to the US EPA and looms as the likely solution of choice for most US water utilities. Granular activated carbon is the most commonly used type of PFAS treatment and is one of 3 technologies recommended by the EPA. In terms of market opportunity in the US, the new water standard regulations would indicate a substantial increase in the size of the addressable market. For example, the EPA itself estimates that it could cost between $772 million up to $1.2 billion per year for water utilities to comply with its new rules, with a 5-year deadline. If Australia is set to follow the US lead, it stands to reason that there is a significant market opportunity for someone advanced in its activated carbon strategy. Aussie small cap CarbonX Group specialises in activated carbon for water treatment, and its flagship activated carbon plant in Kentucky is set to undergo a commissioning and manufacturing launch in the September quarter. With access to high quality raw materials, initial product testing has confirmed a market leading product, a claim supported by the recent $4.3 million forward sales contract signed with Wisconsin Public Service for a 6-month supply of activated carbon products. In terms of performance, the Kentucky product can remove 99% of PFOA in water treatment, a highly competitive statistic when compared to CarbonX's industry counterparts. And the demand for activated carbon is also reflected in the pricing, with the average price for granular activated carbon around $2 a pound and heading upwards. The PFAS market is taking shape in the US, and with manufacturing set to launch, CarbonX is on the cusp of making significant inroads. And with Australia tracking along the same path as the US, could Australia become the next untapped market opportunity for PFAS solutions?